What is up, horror fans, and welcome back to another video here on Sadistic Clown Productions, where we do horror very terrifyingly. Anyway, in today's video, we are breaking down the Porcelain Man's costume. Now the Porcelain Man is a character that I recently created, and I enjoy this character. I really do. I've actually based this character off of a couple of slashers, by the way. One inspiration is Jason Voorhees for the summer camp backstory. And actually, that's basically about it. So, if you guys happen to enjoy this video, please make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and become part of our little horror show here. And, let's go on ahead and get into the pieces of the Porcelain Man. Alright, as you can see, I have the pieces here. So we're going to go ahead and start off with the main mask, which is just a terror tot mask I picked up at Walmart. And I put mesh into the eyes, since, you know, these things don't come with eye mesh stock. I redid the foam in the head to kind of make the mask sit a little straighter on my face, and to push this head down a little bit more, because this head was very tall when I first wore the mask, as you could tell in the short. So yeah, I did a lot of improvements to this mask, but otherwise I love the look of it. I love the cracked porcelain baby doll look. It really gives a creep factor to the Porcelain Man, and, you know, really gives him that creep factor that I like. Alright, let's move on to a piece that I added because I really like it, and it's this jacket. Now, this is a very old jacket, and I got this jacket from a very nice old man, and I really enjoy this jacket. This jacket is very, very great for this costume, and it looks good too. So, yeah. Alrighty. Let's move on to the Porcelain Man's choice of weapon, that being a hatchet, because, of course, he's killing teenagers at a summer camp. What else is a slasher going to use to do that? A hatchet. Or a machete like Jason Voorhees. But for the Porcelain Man, it's a hatchet. I repainted the head over 3 times. And I really like the silver that I did. I really like the damage effect that this head is kind of taking on. No, it's not that bad. I really do enjoy the effect for this. The handle, I put some electrical tape on so that I have a little bit more of a comfortable grip, and I'm not wanting to put this axe down constantly while in costumes that I use this axe with, such as when I used to use the axe with the Midnight Killer, but that's a story for a different video. Otherwise, let's move on to the hood. Now, this hood is made from a pillowcase, if you couldn't tell. I made this hood from just an old pillowcase. It's really nothing. It just goes under the mask, and it works to hide my neck in the costume, and that's all I really need this hood for. So yeah, that's the hood. And then we have the undershirt, which is just a plain white long sleeve shirt that I use underneath the flannel. And yeah, now let's get into the main clothing, which is this pair of jeans. And if you'll notice, what I did was I took a razor blade from a box cutter and essentially shredded up the bottom here a little bit, kind of gave it a tattered and worn look to make it seem like these jeans have been worn in the woods for like maybe a couple of days, because I don't really want to do much weathering to this costume, to be honest with you. I kind of want it to stay stock. And yeah, and if you couldn't tell, I did add very little damage to these jeans. Alright. Moving on to the last piece, it is this black and white flannel. And this works really good, and it goes really well with the Porcelain Man's mask, as you'll see when we put on the full costume. But yeah, it's a really soft, really nice flannel. It's very comfortable, and it's nice to wear for long periods of time, because it actually really doesn't get too hot under this flannel. And I might be saying that now, and you might be looking at the fluff in it right here, or the wool in it, and be like, how is that How is that cooling? How the fuck does that keep you cool? Well, you know, it's kind of a, you know, it's kind of weird, but it doesn't, I'm not too hot when I wear this costume, even though I'm wearing a heavy jacket and a flannel. So, in the jacket, you might be saying, how the fuck does a heavy jacket keep you cool? I honestly don't know. But anyway, we are going to go ahead and throw the full costume on, get into the pieces, and give you my final thoughts. So, yeah, let's cut here, and when you next see me, I will become the Porcelain Man. Alrighty, horror fans, here we are in costume. So, you got the mask, you got the hood, you got the jacket, the flannel, and the pants. Anyway, I love this costume. It's a really, really neat costume. It's really creepy, and yeah, it really gives me that feel of a summer camp killer. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and become part of our little horror show here. We'll see you guys in the next upload.